So as some of you may be familiar with, Pokemon as a game has often had an issue with bugs and glitches. It's a pretty common thing. But one thing that most people don't consider or think that often about when it comes to Pokemon is soft locks, or at least a few people do. Now, for those who do not know, a soft lock is described by Urban Dictionary as a
soft lock is a safe state in a video game where you are in an inescapable situation, preventing progress forward in a game, and also preventing backtracking, leaving you stuck in a particular position with no hopes of escaping. This is usually the product of design flaws, overlooked mechanics or levels, or simply glitches embedded in a game.
So that is what we are doing today. We're going to take a look at a soft lock that exists in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl that I found the other day. Not that I found, but that exists, and I thought it would be really cool to share with you guys. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. So, first things first, and that is the fact that we need to get a Finneon, and there is a reason for this. See, for this to work, we need to have a Finneon that can be traded to Meister on his island at Route 226, because that's where this whole place is for this soft lock. Now, the problem with this is the fact that you actually can't get a Finneon at this part of the game unless you have a good rod or unless it's traded over. So basically what we have to do first of all is trade over a Finneon over to basically this game instead. So that's what you got to do from the opposite game of what you're playing. Then after you've done that, you got to get to Meister's Island. So we just got to head to Route 226, which shouldn't be that difficult once you're in that part of the game. And see, what we need to do now is also make sure that our whole team, out of our whole team, we have no Pokemon that can use the move Fly or Teleport, and any Pokemon that could potentially be given those HMs or TMs, right? As well as Surf. The only Pokemon that should be able to use Surf in our team is Finneon. Once we know that there's no such Pokemon in our team, we can simply proceed to the next step. And the next step is to make sure that throughout our playthrough so far, that we haven't picked up any fishing rods along the way on our journey. And I'll explain why this is an important thing that you need to make sure you haven't done, basically, for this soft lock to kind of happen. See, what you get in return from this trade with Meister is a Magikarp. So when you trade him the Finneon, you get a, you get Magikarp. And if you have a fishing rod, you could literally just use that, that fishing rod and battle random, water Pokemon until Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, at which point we can simply give it the move Surf and escape. But for the soft lock to happen, we need to have not picked up any fishing rods along our journey, which, if I'm going to be honest, is actually something that does tend to happen, at least to me when I play. And it's just one of those things where, like, sometimes I just end up not speaking to a single fisherman through the games, and I'm sure at least a few of you people out there, at least a few of you, have had a similar situation. Either way, after making sure we have no fishing rods, we move on to the trade part of it, which is pretty straightforward. Simply trade over the Finneon to Meister and get the Magikarp from him, and at this point we are pretty much stuck, as long as we have no fishing rod or a Pokemon which can use Fly or Teleport in our team, and no Pokemon that can learn Surf. If all these criteria have been met, then the only thing remaining is this: we need to save, and that is basically where we are. We are done. Once you save, you're done for, because you have no way to surf away from the island. You can't give any of your Pokemon the move Fly or Teleport, and of course, let's not forget that Surf, on top of that, can't be given to any of your stuff either, so you are basically 100% stuck here. There's no way to get out at the moment. There's no way to feint your Pokemon, so you black out. There's no really way to do it. Now, on the other hand, if we did have a fishing rod, we could escape pretty easily by simply two-step methods. And here's what you gotta do then. Either you black out, as I mentioned, by losing to the Pokemon, which you fish up, as previously mentioned. We get, maybe that, or you can do the other thing. You can get enough EXP for Magikarp to evolve into Gyarados, at which point you can simply give it, the HM, and there you go, done and dusted. So yeah, after saving, you are stuck on the island forever, pretty much stranded, and it's all because of that Magikarp that you traded, for. In any case, it's an ample opportunity for you to consume the Magikarp for the pain it has basically caused you now. And yeah, that is basically the soft lock for Meister's Island. I really find it to be a fun and cool little thing that honestly is kind of like getting stuck on a little like island, like a deserted island, like being alone there, on an island by yourself, like stuck. But except in this situation, you do have Meister there, so you're at least not alone. But it's kind of a funny situation, I feel like, at least. And yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think it's a cool thing? Do you think it's interesting? What are your thoughts about this little soft lock? Let me know in the comment section down below. So yeah, that was the Meister's soft lock. Now, I'm considering, you know, what other kind of soft locks are there in these games? Like, I'm trying to consider how many different ways are there to get stuck in the game beyond that. Now, one of the most popular ones is, of course, to do the tweaking glitch in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I think also in Platinum. But basically, the tweaking glitch just allows you to enter the void in Pokemon, and this will allow you to basically walk in like an empty void, which can take you to many different places. It can allow you to catch legendary Pokemon, mythical Pokemon, etc. But also, it's an easy way to get yourself stuck. And one of the coolest things I've seen, or like one of the quickest ones I've seen, is one by this YouTuber named Map, who posted in 2017 him getting the fastest soft lock in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl by basically just void glitching out of the map and getting stuck inside of pretty much a rock, right? Or like a rock or mountain, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much getting stuck. And that's one of the ways you can get stuck in this, right? So if you guys want to see me do some videos on that void glitch and that sort of stuff, kind of looking into it. I know a lot of people have already looked into it before, but I thought it could be pretty fun to look at the ways like you can kind of soft lock yourself, the many different ways you can do it. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below, as I'd actually love to take a look at it and see what it's all like. So yeah, let me know, and that is it for today.